Hi, I'm Jim with In Stuff Music, and we're here today to look at the Era 30, a new amp from Badcap. This amp was designed by Mark Sampson of Matchless fame. If you've ever trolled around on Reverb, you probably will see these Sampson era Matchless amps that go for quite a bit of money nowadays. Well, he's the Sampson. So he got together with Badcat, and he designed this new amplifier with them. It's a two-channel amplifier. It works in kind of an interesting way. It's not just your standard, clean channel, dirty channel type of amp. It's got the EF86 and the 12AX7 channels is how they are named. One is more of a Vox type flavor. The other one is more of a Fender type flavor. This amp puts out 30 watts. We've got the matching 212 cabinet here with Badcat Design Celestians, which is how we're going to be hearing the amplifier today. I was checking it out through the aux. I just kind of have that hooked up there. But the cab and the mics are sounding great, so I'm just going to go with that for today. You can run either channel or run them in conjunction. So let's just take a quick look at the controls before I play. You have your input gain control on either channel. It allows you to set how hard you're going to hit the front end of the channel. Here, you have your channel switch. So as you can see, I can switch between my two channels there. All this stuff is foot switchable, of course. The depth control allows you to attenuate the low end. So this is your highest low end setting, and I can just kind of trim that up as I move through these positions. My high end setting, and then your volume. Then you have gain, input gain for this channel, standard treble and bass, volume control for this channel, and then your master. And I'm going to gain these channels up later. We're going to hear this amp both with overdrive pedals and just gained up. And this feature is kind of neat. I can click this blend switch on and activate both channels, so I can blend the two characters together. As everyone knows, a common way to configure if you're running two amps is use a Fender and a Vox amp. They complement each other very well. You get the nice fat bottom and glassy high end from your blackface Fender type of sound, and then that mid-range jangle and fist from your Vox. So it's a very peanut butter and jelly kind of combo. Let's begin, if we can. We're going to begin on this side, the EF86 side. This amp is 30 watts. It's a healthy 30 watts. Even with the master here in the room, man, it's kicking pretty good. It would definitely hang with the drummer. If you get this thing opened up, you're going to have no issues. It is a loud 30 watts. And the cab's got a lot of nice bottom end. So we're going to listen to this. This is a 52 reissue telly. We're going to hear that 59 through 35 in a minute. This is a very quiet amp. Mark Sampson really went to great lengths to make it quiet. This is a very not quiet guitar. So if you hear a little bit of noise, it's not the amp. It's this old noisy guitar. So here we are on the neck. Let's hear it. A little bit of the middle. Here's a bridge, going to give the tone a little bit of a haircut. Now hearing a little bit of reverb, that is coming from a Delverb by Universal Audio. I'm using the effects loop in this amplifier, which is wonderful. if you simply unplug the cables, it automatically defeats the effects loop, which is a wonderful feature. So you can just go everything into the front of the amp like you would an old Vox or a Fender, or you can utilize the effects loop, whichever your preference is. Of course, having an effects loop is nice because if you want to gain this amp up and use the natural overdrive, you don't have any of the time-based effects going into the front and causing issues. Let's move it over to this other channel. Now, it's a little quieter, so I'm going to bring the master up a little bit and the gain up. I'm going to bring my master up a little bit as well. Now you can hear if I turn the gain up, it's going to break up a little bit. So if I want to keep it clean, I can lean on my master a little more. And I can even turn it all the way up and kind of take it out of the circuit, if you will. You know, as you have all these controls, they can be very interactive. You can really work to get a lot of these little varying shades of, breakup out of the amplifier. Here's the middle. Here is the bridge. All right, now let's return these and let's hear the channels together. So right now I'm hearing a lot of the soft roundness from the 12AX7 side and kind of that pillowiness you'd have from like a kind of a Fender style circuit, but with the jangle and that big boom you get out of this side. So in conjunction, I think that's both sounds are good. The combined sound, in my opinion, is really great. All right, so I'm going to use a brown protein. I'm going to use the King and Tone side. Let's push the amp's front end a little bit. Here's an old Boss Dimension C, a little bit of kick some delay on as well. So just great clarity out of this amplifier. Next, what I'll do is I'm going to use the Nobels ODR side of this brown protein. I'm going to hit with a little higher gain. We're going to stay with the Telly, and then we're going to move over to the 335 in just a minute. So here we go. All right, let's hear some humbucker sounds with 335. All right, so let's hear this guitar quickly. I'll keep it clean. Now, for a boomier guitar like this, I can bring the depth control back. And attenuate that high end, which is great, because it's nice and easy. All right, let's gain this guy up. So I'm going to crank my master down, bring my input gain up. Here's where I'm at. Just barking a little bit. Let's take that reverb down. Maybe take it out. Okay, bring that guy in. Now, what happens if I do this? Hello. So it starts to get pretty wild, and that's where this master is beneficial. I'm going to turn the reverb off. Now again, if I take this depth control down even more, So as you can see, you can get a ton of gain out of this amp naturally and use it in a more traditional way, or you can just keep it as a clean platform and use it and hit it with pedals in the front. What a great amp, and just complete clarity, which is, you know, something I really noticed when I played through this. This is just a clean, clear, beautiful amp, and really versatile, and not too loud. You know, it's nowadays you can't get away with 50 watts anymore. So 30 seems to be the new sweet spot, and you can get a lot of great tones that are full at a manageable volume. So that is the Era 30 from Bad Cat.